Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the seafood boil recipe. As you can hear, Bella's in the background playing right now, so she's gonna be in and out of the video. Today we'll be making a baked spaghetti. This is the same baked spaghetti that I make whenever I'm selling meals and also catering, so you guys get to take a little sneak peek into my cookbook. So let's get it started. We're going to be using a 48 ounce, which is basically 3 pounds worth of ground beef, but we're really not going to be using that much because I'm trying to save the ground beef just to make burgers during out the week. So I probably will use at least half or over half of the ground beef for what this recipe is for. We're going to be using 2 of the tomato sauce cans, which is 1 pound and 13 ounces in each one. This is just going to be helping us build up our sauce. I have this crushed tomato can, but that is just if I feel like I need to add more tomatoes to the actual, spaghetti sauce. We're gonna have 3 bags of cheese, mozzarella, Velveeta, and the shredded crabs. I tend to use most of the cheese. Majority of the cheese will be on top of the spaghetti after it's done, so it can have a nice, good, golden little crust on the top of it. Especially if you love cheese like this, you can use up all the bags if you want to. We're going to be using some beef broth. We're going to be using a little bit of butter. We're not going to be using a lot, probably at least 2 tablespoons. I got some diced onions right here. Some minced garlic we'll be using. This is only 1 diced onion. Just throwing that out there. Then we have my Italian blends seasonings right here. I get this from Sam's. It has a lot of different things in there that I feel like is so good in my spaghetti. Instead of using onion powder, my secret, telling people my secrets now, I use this box of Lipton's onion base. This is like, people use it to make French onion dip, but I like to use it. It's really good in everything, but most importantly, it's getting ground beef. I use it on my burgers. I use it on my steak. I definitely use it on my roast. I definitely use it in my spaghetti. Like, that is the secret. I'm giving y'all secrets right now, so I kind of like y'all to be giving y'all secrets. We're going to be using some black pepper. We're going to be using some garlic powder. We're going to be using probably half of this tomato paste. If I was using the whole thing, I would use the whole tomato paste, but since we're not trying to overpower it with paste. Bella, hi. Oh, she's not talking no more. We're going to be using some Parmesan cheese as well, and we also will be using sugar. That is another secret. Giving out secrets. So stay tuned for more. I forgot to mention that we will also be using lawrys seasoning. This is going to replace salt. I really don't like to use salt a lot, so I always try to find different things to switch it out with. So I love seasoning salt. Seasoning salt to me is so good. Sometimes I might be using this, and sometimes I might be using the Greek seasoning salt. So be on the lookout. Just letting everybody know that I already made the noodles. This is just 1 box of spaghetti noodles. I tend to use one thing at a time just because I do not like to make a lot of dirty dishes. So the pot that I use, which is this, to make the noodles in, I will be using it to make the spaghetti sauce. So just letting you guys know, you can utilize. You don't have to do everything at the same time. Just conserve. We're trying to conserve. We're not trying to throw everybody off. This is supposed to be something quick and easy for you to make before you go to sleep. Something for you and the family to enjoy. This is really quick and good. So let's get it going. I have just put in a little bit over half of the ground beef roll. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break it apart and we're going to cook it. Then we'll be back after we get it all the way cooked. As you can see, I have already put the ground beef into a drainer, which is right next to me, and underneath that I have put the container where the grease is now all going. So now that is happening, this is empty. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of the juice that has came off of the ground beef. And we will be adding onions. And we will now be adding 3 tablespoons of garlic. Now what we're doing now is caramelizing the onions and garlic together. There might be a little bit big chunks in there. It's just because we like chunks in ours. Everybody in my house likes onions. We like all the veggies to still be able to taste. Like if I didn't know how to cook, we would definitely eat ragu, because ragu is still chunky in the sauce. There's still, you could taste like little mushrooms, onions, the peppers. So that's why I do big chunks. You can do small chunks if you do not like onions like that, but that's just how we like it over here. So now we will come back after everything caramelizes. Now that the onions and the garlic has been sauteed, see a nice caramel color in there. We'll be adding back the ground beef. We will now be adding the seasonings in. I have put in this bowl here, as you can see, 3 tablespoons of the Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of the lawrys seasoning, 1 teaspoon of the black seasoning, or the black pepper. I have a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. I have a tablespoon of the garlic powder, and I have opened up my Lipton onion box and put 1 whole pouch inside of that. So now I've mixed it all up in here. It will now be pouring this in here on top of the meats. And now we'll be working it in. At this point now, you will take a sample and you will taste. And it tastes so good. And it's just the meat. So good. Now, we put in half of your tomato paste. This tomato paste is 6 ounces. I think in Kroger's that they have packs. I got a whole case of this at Sam's. So at Kroger's they have a little box by, where's it at? It is by the seasonings. No, it is by something else. I'm gonna have to think about where it's by, but it's in Kroger's and they have it in the box. And the box is basically 2 tablespoons full in each little packet that you can squeeze out. You don't have to squeeze out probably half of the packet if you do the same amount that I'm doing. But if you're doing the whole thing, like I said, you could just use the whole container of this or the whole packet of that. So now we're going to put in half of this. Now that the tomato paste is mixed throughout the meat, we will add the whole container of beef broth. Bella! What, baby? What he do? Don't beat him up. Don't beat him up. Bella thinks that she's really the boss of the house. What happened? Now, look at that. All those flavors and juices are now in this broth. So now we're going to let this come to a boil. And once this comes to a boil, we'll come back. Now that it is at a boil, kitchen's probably smelling amazing right now. We're going to add in both of the cans of tomato sauce. I have now mixed up my spaghetti sauce with the 2 cans of tomato sauce in it, and with 4 tablespoons of sugar. Before you put in the sugar, if you would like to not add sugar, you do not have to. I would say taste it, see if you feel like you would need to add some more Italian seasoning or lawrys and pepper to your liking. But if not, you can go ahead and transfer it over there. But if you would like to finish, put in 4 tablespoons of sugar and it's done. You do not need to add anything else. It is perfect. It tastes amazing just the way it is. And so now we're going to take this sauce that is finished and put it on your noodles. Now that we have all of the sauce in here, it fit perfect. It's not overflowing. There's still room. Mixed all the noodles through it. We're going to add the cheese to top it off. Now we have added all the cheese on top. Put it in the oven so it can get melted down. Now it has came out. And we just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. And there you have it. Some good old baked spaghetti. Hope you found this video very, very helpful. If you have any other questions, just write below, comment below, or hit me up on Instagram about it. Thank you again for watching. Please do not forget to tell a friend. So